often wintry.
Speaking as a composer, the single most difficult thing is to write music that is essentially instantly recognizable. When we're lucky, we do so once, maybe, in our career, and in those instances, it usually feels like it happened essentially by accident. But tonight's honoree proves that some people simply just have a gift for this and can manage this rare feat repeatedly over a long and storied career. Yoko Shimomura has worked on a massively eclectic range of games, from classics like Street Fighter II, Super Mario RPG, Parasite Eve, Legend of Mana, and more recent games like Xenoblade Chronicles, Final Fantasy XV, and Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope. In addition to an incredible video game portfolio, she has performed in bands, her work's been celebrated by major orchestras throughout the world, and she has lent her music and talents to charity recordings. Her contribution to the game industry and music communities alike are indicative of a spirit that is both bold and generous. Shimomura-san was born in Japan and played piano from a very young age, eventually composing her own music. She attended the Osaka College of Music, and upon graduation, because she loved gaming, decided to send samples of her work to various video game companies. Capcom invited her for her first audition and interview, and despite this being a not particularly popular choice among her family and instructors, who shared that all too common feeling that games were a trivial waste of time for someone of her talent, Shimomura-san remained focused. The doors that opened not only set her on the remarkable career path that we celebrate today, but indeed led to the creation of music that we are all the better for having experienced. So please help me welcome to the stage the 2024 Game Developers' Choice Awards Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Yoko Shimomura.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Yoko Shimomura. Thank you so much. すごい緊張する。
Wow, I'm really nervous right now.
本当緊張する。この度は大変素晴らしい賞をいただき、もう身に余る光栄です。大変嬉しく思っております。ありがとうございます。ここサンフランシスコは実は30年以上前に私が初めての海外で訪れた場所です。今回この賞をいただくために戻ってまいりました。
Good evening, everyone. It is truly an honor to be here today to accept this prestigious award. Thank you all so much. It's actually been more than 30 years since I was last in San Francisco. San Francisco was actually the first place I visited outside of Japan, and I'm honored to be back here today to accept this Lifetime Achievement Award.
36年前、私がこの仕事を始めた時は、音楽が好きで、ゲームを遊ぶことが好きな、どこにでもいるようなありふれた一人の若い人間でした。夢に満ち溢れ、ゲーム音楽制作の仕事を始めたものの、その後は厳しい時期が続きました。あまりにも私はゲーム音楽を作るということを、そして作曲をするということを知らなかったのです。自分の力のなさに苦しみ、この仕事を何で選んでしまったのか、私にはできない。毎日泣きながら落ち込んでばかりでした。明日こそ会社を辞めよう、そんなことばかり考えていました。しかしなぜか辞めることができませんでした。
36 years ago, when I first began working as a composer, I was an ordinary young woman who loved music and playing video games. While I was able to achieve my goal of becoming a game composer, I was soon confronted with a very difficult period of my life. I didn't really understand how to compose game music or how to compose music in general. During these tough times, I would cry to myself every day, overcome by feelings of depression and hopelessness. I felt weighted down by my lack of ability. Maybe I just wasn't cut out to be a game composer. What had I gotten myself into by choosing to pursue game music? I would often say to myself, "That's it, I'm quitting tomorrow." However, for some reason, I couldn't bring myself to quit.
そんな辛い日々が続く中、ある時忘れかけていた音楽が大好きだった自分のことを思い出しました。そしてせっかくこの仕事を始めたのだから、たった一つでもいいから自分が作曲したと言えるファミコンのゲームを残そう、それまで頑張ろうと、少しずつ意識が変わってきました。
The tough times continued, but at a certain point, I rediscovered something about myself that I had lost track of. Music was my passion, and I made the choice to become a game composer. If for whatever reason my career as a composer wasn't meant to last forever, I wanted to at least tough it out until I shipped one game for the NES. From that point, my outlook slowly began to change.
そして初めて作品が世に出た時、それは決してヒット作と呼べるものではありませんでしたが、私は非常に充実した思いと、そしてまたもう一作品作りたい、そんな気持ちになっていました。それからもう一作品、もう一作品と続けていった結果が今につながっています。
Finally, that day came. My first game shipped. Sure, it wasn't a runaway success, but I was personally very satisfied at having made it to the finish line. And then it hit me. I now wanted to release one more soundtrack. After that soundtrack, the same feeling came back. Once again, I wanted to do one more game soundtrack. Just one more time, and again, and again, and again. And to this day, the cycle has continued. This is the Yoko Shimomura standing before you today.
ありがとうございます。Thank you so much. 音楽というものは、癒しや生きる力を与えてくれる存在でありながら、同時に非常に残酷なものです。時には全然曲が作れなくなってしまい、自分の力のなさを思い知り、音楽が好きなのに全てを捨てて逃げ出したいと思うこともあります。しかしまた非常に辛い時に自分を救ってくれたのも音楽なのです。私はその手が届きそうで届かない、振り返ってくれたと思ったらそっぽを向かれてしまう。なのに気がつくといつも近くにいる音楽という存在にまるで永遠にかなわない片思いをしているような気分です。だからきっと私の思いが続く限りずっと続けていけるのだと思っています。
Music has the ability to heal people and give them the strength to live. But it can also have a darker and more cruel side to it as well. When I'm in a creative rut and experiencing severe writer's block, those feelings of uselessness resurface. There are times when I just want to throw music in the trash and run away from it all, despite the fact that I love music so much. However, music also gets me through difficult times. It almost feels like a one-sided love affair, like something I want so badly but just can't have. When I think that music might be looking right at me, I try to meet its gaze, only for it to quickly look away in another direction. But I know deep down that music is never too far away. Music is always a one-sided love affair. While this sounds counterintuitive, it's actually what allows me to continue composing music.
今私がここに立てているのは、私の生きたい道を応援してくれた両親、そして先輩方、仕事仲間、友人、家族、私を支えてくださる皆様がいるからです。たくさんの方々に支えられているから、 今の私があるのだということを強く実感しています。
I was able to embark on the path I chose for myself as a game composer thanks to everybody who has been there for me, including my parents, mentors, colleagues, friends, family, and all who have supported me and my work. I couldn't have made it onto this stage all by myself. It's thanks to having so many supporters that I stand before you here today.
最後になりますが、私の人生に関わってくださったすべての方々、そして私が担当したゲームを遊んでくださり、またその音楽を聴いてくださった皆様に心からの感謝をお伝えしたいと思います。本当にありがとうございます。これからもゲーム業界のさらなる発展とゲームを愛する皆様のご多幸を心よりお祈りいたしております。そしてその片隅で私が書く音楽が少しでも彩りを添えられたら幸いです。以上をもちまして受賞のご挨拶とさせていただきます。本日は本当にありがとうございました。
In closing, I would like to express my utmost gratitude to everyone I've ever had the privilege of being involved with. I also want to thank everyone who has enjoyed the games I've composed for, and also to those who have listened to their soundtracks. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I hope and pray that the game industry continues to evolve and all gamers in the world live prosperous lives. I hope my music can provide color, even if just a little bit, in all of your lives. It has been an honor to greet you all tonight. Thank you very much.